Hello everyone, and welcome to a new video. Today we will talk about the Leaning Tower of Pisa, one of the most iconic monuments in the world. Built in the 12th century, the tower is famous for its unique tilt, which was caused by unstable ground. Despite this, the tower has remained standing for over 800 years, attracting millions of tourists every year. Its Romanesque architecture and fascinating history make it a marvel not to be missed. The tower is universally recognized as a wonder of the world, famous for its extraordinary Romanesque architecture, its imposing size, and above all for its characteristic tilt. This iconic monument not only represents Italy, but is also admired all over the world. However, a curious historical episode connects it to Benito Mussolini, who once tried to straighten the famous tower. Yes, you heard it right. The most famous tilted symbol on the planet risked losing its peculiarity due to an ambition of the fascist regime. But why is the Leaning Tower of Pisa leaning? To understand this, we need to go back in time to its construction, which lasted about 2 centuries. The work began on marshy and unstable ground, a characteristic well known to engineers of the time, who nevertheless ignored the problem. The tower was not intended to be an isolated element, but part of a larger architectural complex. However, already on the 3rd floor, the structure began to show signs of leaning. Faced with this difficulty, the work was interrupted for almost a century. During this time, several engineers attempted to find solutions to correct the tilt, but none were able to solve the problem definitively. When work resumed, the construction of the 3rd floor shifted the center of gravity of the tower, causing it to lean toward the north. Later, with the addition of the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th floors, the tower began to lean toward the south again, taking on the appearance we know today. Construction was completed after a full 199 years in 1399. We arrive in 1934 during the fascist regime led by Benito Mussolini. For the dictator, the Tower of Pisa, with its evident inclination, was not compatible with the image of strength and rigor that he wanted to project of Italy. In his eyes, the slope represented a weakness that had to be eliminated. Mussolini therefore ordered an intervention to straighten it, relying on engineers and technicians of the time. The proposed solution was to inject large quantities of concrete at the base of the tower, in an attempt to stabilize it and reduce the inclination. Unfortunately, this intervention not only did not solve the problem, but made it significantly worse. The tower's foundations, only 3 meters deep, were not designed to support such an additional load. The injection of concrete made the base heavier, causing the structure to sink further into the soft ground. Instead of decreasing, the tower's inclination increased, making its defect even more evident. This failure only highlighted the regime's inability to fully understand the technical and engineering complexities of the project. Interestingly, despite the disaster, there is no historical evidence that Mussolini suffered any personal consequences for this failed attempt. The project was in fact directed by experts and engineers of the regime, and the fiasco was attributed more to technical errors than to any direct responsibility of the dictator. Over the years, the Leaning Tower of Pisa has undergone numerous interventions aimed at correcting its tilt, but none of these have solved the problem definitively. It was only in 2001 that a team of engineers managed to stabilize the structure. This result was achieved through careful leveling of the ground and the introduction of anchoring mechanisms that guaranteed a safer position for the tower. This intervention, considered the most effective in the history of the tower, has allowed it to be declared stable for at least the next 200 years. Further success came in 2008, when engineers confirmed that, for the first time in its long history, the tower no longer showed signs of movement. This achievement represents an important milestone, which has allowed one of Italy's most beloved and recognizable symbols to be preserved. The Leaning Tower of Pisa remains an extraordinary work, not only for its singular tilt, but also for the history and vicissitudes that surround it. It is a testament to architectural genius and ingenuity, but also to the mistakes and lessons learned over the centuries. Despite attempts to modify it, the tower continues to stand the test of time, attracting millions of visitors each year. If you haven't already, visiting the Leaning Tower of Pisa could be an unforgettable experience. Admiring its majesty and precarious balance in person is a way to appreciate not only the art and engineering that made it possible, but also the history that has helped define it as one of the most famous symbols in the world. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed discovering the incredible history of the Leaning Tower of Pisa and its curious episodes, leave us a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss other interesting content. Let us know in the comments if you have already visited the tower or if you have other curiosities to share. See you in the next video. Bye.